My name is Dr. David Lee Asbery, and for the next few minutes, I'm going to supply you with some helpful tips, some important tips on how to triumph over the practice of procrastination. You guys stay tuned. Now, the primary reason why many of us fail at successfully completing the tasks before us has a lot to do with, one, how we deal with procrastination, and two, our point of view with respect to the consequences that procrastination entails. You know, procrastination steals valuable time from us, and it puts us in what I call this hurry-up offensive mode. And in this mode, we are fooled into believing that we are much more productive, much more effective under these rushed circumstances. So, for example, you're studying for a test at the last minute. You're cramming. This is what you always do. It's your common practice. You end up getting a 69 on your test. But you're not mad. You're not angry because you passed. You convince yourself that had you studied, you would have gotten an 80. So you dismiss the 69 and you congratulate yourself. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Procrastination strengthens our habits for not producing the kind of work that is indicative of our true potential. You know, there was a time when I had convinced myself that if I didn't have a certain genre of music with me, I couldn't write, I couldn't produce. So if I was on the train and I had left my headphones home, my mind would shut down. You see, procrastination causes us to misuse our creativity and it stifles our ability to properly educate ourselves. And last, but not least, this is an important one. Procrastination confirms the belief in the behavior of completing the less important tasks first, as opposed to the tasks that deserve your immediate attention. So now that we know a bit about what procrastination can do, let's talk a bit about how you can triumph over this debilitating practice. Now, I believe that the first step to having a more productive life starts with a complete acknowledgement of the power that procrastination has over you. This means that you must take ownership of the problem before attempting to address the problem. You must admit to yourself that you are not simply procrastinating when you fail to move forward on the various projects and tasks, but that you are in fact a procrastinator. So, like the smoker who proclaims that he is a smoker and then he slaps a patch on his arm, or the alcoholic who announces to the world, I am an alcoholic, and he enters into a 10-step program. We too, as procrastinators, we must step up and confess to being a procrastinator. Now, this admission, this affirmation, this proclamation, whatever you want to call it, will propel you into what I call the defensive line of tolerance, where you are constantly on the lookout for the debilitating practices of the past. Now, while in this mode, your defensive line of tolerance will shut down what I call the excuse generator by decreasing your level of tolerance for the excuses. You know, your admission will give you the kind of clarity that will enable you to conduct a comprehensive evaluation on all of the excuses that have paralyzed you and have prevented you from accomplishing all of your goals. So, for those of you who constantly complete the less important tasks on your to-do list before completing the more pressing ones, I suggest the following. One, again, let your defensive line of tolerance propel you towards a full evaluation of your list. Two, remove the most pressing item from your list and place it on a separate sheet of paper. Three, Cross the item off the first list. This solidifies that you are officially working on this item. 4, acknowledge that you are going through this process. Why? Because you're a procrastinator. 5, while looking at the pressing item on list 2, convince yourself that if you do not solely work on this item, the less important items from the first list will infiltrate your defensive line of tolerance and put you back into what? That hurry-up offensive mode. We don't want to be there. You know, I am one who believes that we should always learn from the teachings, the discussions, the experiences of others. However, when it comes to procrastination, when it comes to the practice of procrastination, you know, you can simply look at your own past. You can look at your own grade. You can look at your own, your product of work to see if there's a problem that exists. And if upon this examination, procrastination prevails, it will be your assertion, your admission, your affirmations that will enable you to propel over the penalizing practices of procrastination. But it must start with an acknowledgement. You know, I hope that this video helped you in some way, and I look forward to talking to you again. And remember, at Fixing Fathers, we live to laugh, we live to learn, we live to love our children by any means necessary. Those of you who like this video, please like it, like it, like it. Talk to you soon.